Put up just a little bit more. I like that. And clean. Clean execution, y'all. That is such a clean execution. That Monday reversal, I'm telling y'all, it happens every time. It happens every time. What's going on, you guys? It's Trades by Jordan back again with another video, and today we are going to go over the setup that we took this morning on NQ. Beautiful setup. We hit for 60 points on this bad boy, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a trade breakdown, showing you basically what I saw, how to get into the trade, how to anticipate what's going to actually happen. So I hope that y'all enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get straight to the breakdown. Okay, so the beginning of the day kind of got on the charts around, I want to say 8 o'clock. Main thing that I always look for is to see what is going on with London session. What did I get? Did I get any sauce? So like, was there any decent setups that was created during London? Did we manipulate anything like that into some sort of key level? Usually on Mondays it varies. It may just shoot. It may just range. So it's always good to determine what happens right there during London session. So we seen kind of, we morally accumulated. We went underneath. We were already pushing underneath Asia before London session had even began. And we took out a decent amount of lows here, but that's not necessarily what I was looking for. I'm looking for a straight sort of manipulation for me to know what's really going on with price. So we actually ended up dropping lower than that going after London session, and I've seen that we actually ended up around 7 o'clock touching Friday's midnight open, right? And so if you guys know me, like I said, these midnight opens are really, you can use those as key levels, just as you can use any hour candle or 4 hour candle. So I use specific times as key levels just as well as I do when it comes to candlesticks. So me noticing that we got a good sweep here. We took out basically the low right there at midnight open, and we ended up pushing higher. So like I tell you guys, I trade the power of three. That's accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, right? And really, when you see price kind of, from my understanding of how I was approaching the market, I basically used Asia as accumulation, this move downwards as manipulation, because usually when you see price moving slowly down like this and we're not really getting a lot of displacement, you can kind of tell that that's really the manipulation of the market. Ended up going into a key level right there at that midnight open from Friday. So my approach going into the equity open, which was 9:30, was to use that as my distribution to push higher. I had a feeling that specifically this low, was going to be our low of day. I'm looking to either trade to the high of the day or the low of the day, and that's usually with any trading day that I look at besides Asia. I'm looking to either take the high of the day or the low of the day, and that's kind of why I use daily profiles. I tell everyone daily profiles is key when it comes to looking for these setups. Maybe one day I might go over that, do a quick video for you guys to kind of understand it as well. So my approach was, okay, we swept a key level. So going into 9:30, usually I wait till 10 o'clock, but I really was anticipating 9:30 to give me a really good setup. So right here in 9, I was looking to take out these equal highs and actually head back into the new day opening gap or the new week opening gap. My targets was always going to be these lows. I wanted to see some sort of reaction off of that. So going into the session, I noticed how price had we instantly just pushed straight through right there at 9:30. Hold on, let me go to the 1 minute time frame. So instantly pushed through the 1 minute time frame, right? Instantly pushed through. We had a lot of displacement. Now I was anticipating honestly for 9:30 to come and actually wick down here to the change of state delivery, or this order block right here. That was my initial like target of, okay, if it comes down here and wicks this low, then I'll enter. But we ended up doing the same thing literally right here, just at a different spot. So same thought process right here, but it just happened here. So ended up seeing a change in state delivery right here. We also got us a pretty decent sized fair value gap. So I waited for price. I wanted to see price come back. I don't necessarily like when we have two fair value gaps right next to each other. So what I usually do is I always wait to see. I always like to take the first one. I don't like taking the second one because I've gotten wrecked too many times when that happens. So price ended up coming down to this lows. If you look, literally touched the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap. Came a little bit out of the gap, and that's when I decided to enter in the trade. Bought right here, stops below the candle that created the gap, or you could have put it right underneath the basically the change in state delivery. So that's 46 ticks. That's 11 points. That's pretty good. And my targets was initially the new week opening gap, the low. So I didn't mind taking it to the high, but I've just had so many times where I've tried to be greedy and look for basically the low hanging fruit, which is probably Asia highs, and I've missed my trade and I never like took anything out, right? I could have 100% had targets at Asia high, but I wanted to guarantee profits. So we went ahead and we took profits right here at the new week opening gap, the low of the new week opening gap. So price came through, we wicked it, and we never saw any type of drawdown after that. After we entered, saw no drawdown. It just stay impatient and entering again. So another thing that kind of made me more confident to stay in this trade if I didn't have a sell limit that was activated right there at the top. We also seen right at that 935, we got us another fair value gap, and it was respected right after we touched it. So let's say if I was to hold this trade and I was looking for a longer setup, or if I was looking to place some more entries in, noticing that it's respecting our fair value gaps, on a 1 minute time frame, we understand we're in a bullish order flow. So all of these PD arrays are being respected. I'm not expecting anything to be disrespected until we hit another specific key level and get us some sort of like breaker model to go to the opposite direction. So we seen here, if you really look from the very start, we're seeing that all of our bullish PD arrays are being respected. Every time that we had either a fair value gap or change of state delivery, it continues to be respected. So you just have to catch the wave and understand, okay, well, let me make sure I'm looking for a bullish setup, not trying to necessarily look for I'm not looking to take the very beginning of the bullish run. I'm looking to catch basically when it's giving me an opportunity to enter. So if you had missed the change of state delivery order block right here, could have got in. Even though we've seen it react here, I still know that we're in bullish order flow. There's no reason for me to not take this trade or not take this trade. Same thing, stop loss underneath the fair value gap. If you want to be more safe, you could place it underneath basically this the very first start of that push, and target the same thing. Or you could have target Asia highs. So price push back up. We ended up taking the Asia high before we made us a breaker model, a high, low, higher, high, and then lower, low, and then we decided to push lower. But overall, our first move was good. It hit for what I needed it to hit for. Perfect setup, really good setup to take. If you guys see this, usually, like I call it the Monday reversal, we just traded what I thought was the distribution. And honestly, I can say it was the distribution because this was the low of the day. It didn't go lower. Yeah, we came kind of down basically a couple of ticks, but we did catch the low of day and we rode it all the way to the high of the day, pretty much. So, or it's getting back up to the high of the day. But it was still a really good setup. And before I get off, I'm gonna show you guys kind of uh, if you guys may have questions about the new week opening gap or a new day opening gap. I'll go through that really quick for y'all, just so y'all see like, okay, these are things that you can add on as well. So basically, at the beginning of Asia, or like right before Asia starts, that little gap that's created between 4:59 and 6 o'clock, we use that. That's basically called your new day opening gap. So basically, I keep these on my charts basically for, let's say, a week or two, because those can be used as key levels. New week opening gaps and new day opening gaps can be used like magnets. And as you guys can see, price, once we got away from not only the midnight open, right on top of the midnight open, we also had the new day opening gap, or the new week opening gap. So that was a perfect place for me to place targets. We had all of this buy side liquidity that was just sitting here waiting to get ran through, and it was a clean setup. So yeah, we could have held this. We could have came out with 126 points, but it was still a dub in my eyes. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this quick little video breakdown or trade breakdown. I'm gonna try to do more of these, or try to show you guys the execution at the beginning of the video, and then kind of go through the breakdown once I'm done. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this. If you have any questions about daily profiles, or if you would like to see me create a daily profile video, basically steps in different types of profiles that I look to trade, let me know in the comment section down below, because those are key. That was like the changing point for me, was understanding weekly profiles, daily profiles, and specific times like the midnight open, and a cherry on top was the new day opening gap for me. It wasn't really a big change, but it was some extra sauce for me to know. But I hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys at the next one. Peace.